We are Carrie and Josh. We are sharing things that, in our experience, worked for us and could also work for you.
Alright, so here's the new MAF training update. We switched over to the bike, and where you can run and you gotta go slow with the MAF heart rate when you're riding on your bike. It is not easy to get your heart rate up into that zone. Right now, I'm going hard on the bike, hard for me, and I'm in the 120s and I need to be 132 to 142. So this is going to be a hard 3 months of the bike, I think, trying to build, but got to try and throw it down some hard ones just to get that heart rate building. And they're virtual miles, because right now it says I'm going, well, let's see, it's just resetting here at the end of a mile, 10-mile set. It says I'm going 28, 29 miles an hour with my Garmin on my speed sensors, but I don't go that fast on the bike unless it's a really steep downhill. I'm hopefully about a 22, 23 average on the bike, so I know my Garmin isn't quite right, but you know what? It still works as a measuring stick. So we'll see what the measuring stick says. We're trying for a Saturday hour ride. I'm about 20 minutes in. Whew. We'll see if my legs can handle it. Actually, I take that back. My legs will handle it, but it'll be hard. Do hard stuff. All right, so I just finished that bike and made the hour, but I had done some reading that said if you drop your MAF running heart rate 10 beats, so instead of 132 to 142, it would be 122 to 132 on the bike. And I thought, forget that. I want that harder challenge. Okay, I just biked for an hour, and it's at, my virtual speed on my shorter bikes this week was 29. This one was 28.3. But man, my body and my legs just are not used to fitting in there. But I biked that hour, and I don't think I touched 132 beats a minute. I didn't go over it. So, well, my last MAF test was kind of what I thought it was, and not much improvement. After that first month, everything kind of stayed the same. One thing I will tell you though, boy, did that block do wonders for my heart rate. One, my resting heart rate's really low. It averages about 37 to 39, maybe even 35 some days. But when I would bike, I used to be able to, and granted I would do some intervals, get my heart rate would be up a whole lot higher. And right now it's a struggle to get my heart rate to stay in the upper 120s. So while my run paces didn't work the best, the new MAF update is biking with MAF is hard, but doing hard stuff's okay. So that was 1 hour on the bike today, and that gets kind of boring on a trainer in the garage, but put some music on and you got it. So not a bad first week. And our food nutrition tip of the week, you get some good vegetables. But to top it off, my favorite is add some hummus. It's a good plant-based protein, and it tastes delicious when mixed in with the vegetables. So saute some good vegetables, come over here, take a big scoop out. Plop it on in there. Add your hummus to your vegetables. You can use it as a dip too, but I like to do it this way. So I'm downstairs here in our dungeon where I store all of my workout equipment. As you can see, the rowing machine and the recumbent bike. But I'm down here because this week's workout tip of the week, I also store my heart rate monitor down here. Here's my heart rate strap. Now the heart rate monitor, if you're just doing weight training, is not a big, humongous plus, but if you are doing endurance training, a heart rate monitor is a must. And I found that out. Obviously, I can't believe it took me till week 13 to do the heart rate monitor as my workout tip of the week, but you can't do MAF training without a heart rate monitor. And I prefer the strap to using the one on my Garmin watch, just for accuracy, rather than having it on my wrist. And it's been a big game changer for me as far as being able to keep my heart rate low, or knowing where my heart rate's at. I think one thing that happened last summer, I had good races, I had some good results, but I think my bike went backward a little bit, and that was because I was going by feel instead of by science. And using that heart rate monitor, I can make sure my hard days are hard, my easy days are easy. Now in the past, I've done all hard days. I like to do intervals. My belief was it's not a good workout unless I'm absolutely shot at the end. But I'm also seeing now the benefits of being able to repeat the runs day after day and not having to have a day off, and mix some variety in there. So this heart rate monitor is great for doing that. And once I start getting past the base block, I think being able to know that I'm pushing myself far enough, hard enough to get out of that gray zone where you're in between your aerobic and your anaerobic, and you're going back and forth. When you're doing your workouts, you want to stay in where your purpose needs to be, one or the other, not waffling back and forth in that gray zone. And I think I spent too much time in that gray zone last year, and this heart rate monitor is humongous for helping me get there. So I'm excited to see, once we add in that speed work and really use that heart rate training, what the results are going to be. So if you don't have a heart rate monitor and you're training for endurance, get yourself a good heart rate monitor. This week, our words of wisdom are a simple line: be where your feet are. I've heard it in many different places, so I'm not real sure who I would credit it with, but it's a good sentiment. Now, it's not a realistic one all the time, but just be where your feet are means, to me, when you're present wherever you are. If you're at your job, you're present there, you're worried about things there, you're taking care of what you need to take care of. When you're at home with your family, you're there. You're not constantly on your phone, checking emails, doing other things. When you're working out, you're focused on your workout. Now again, like I said, that's an ideal. There's no way that happens. Yesterday, 1 hour bike ride in a dark garage on a trainer, listening to music. There's no way that your thoughts don't wander. I did notice, though, when they did wander, my heart rate would go down, my effort would go down. So I had to refocus and get back into it. Now, again, it's not realistic to sit on a trainer for an hour and not have your thoughts wander. It's not realistic to sit at home and check something, do something on your phone, and you see an email and not go look at it. But to try and find a way to be the best version of yourself in that moment. When you're with your family, be the best version with your family that you can be. When you're working out, be the best version of your athletic self that you can be. When you're at your job, be the best worker that you can be. So try your best this week to see if you can, as much as possible, be where your feet are.